Alright, this is another video I'm trying to make because I'm trying to make a little YouTube career off of speaking the Word of God. The devil's greatest and final deception is trying to convince everyone that the second coming and the Antichrist are swapped. Alright? Now stop and think about this. Was Jesus a very showboaty person? No, he rode into town on a donkey. He was very modest. So why would the second coming be like some big old, like, mega mind presentation of riding down on heaven? Which, by the way, don't we know that the devil is a deceiver and an illusionist and a trickster? So the devil can cause illusions that will make you think that you're seeing Jesus, but it's actually the devil. So the real Jesus is a living person, okay? And the miracles performed, not everything is as literal as people take it to be, because unfortunately in this 3D world, it takes a while for things to actually manifest. So, I mean, in heaven, in the spirit realm, in the fourth dimension, all that, yeah, things can happen instantly. But here in the 3D physical, that's not how it works, unfortunately. But it does work eventually. So that's why all the stuff with the Epstein files and everything is coming out to light eventually. It's all working in divine timing. But yeah, in the physical, so that's why I'm freaking homeless right now, dealing with all this stuff, because I'm supposed to be having help. But and again, if I'm supposedly the Antichrist, would the Antichrist sit here being a freaking homeless person, wandering the streets with no money, struggling to survive? Or does that sound like a cabal of people trying to suppress the actual second coming? I don't know about you, but I don't want to be living like this. But yeah. Been walking so much, I got a hole, an actual, you can see daylight and hole in my flip-flops. So, yeah. That's all I wanted to talk about, was just the devil's final deception is trying to convince people that the actual second coming is the Antichrist, which I've already talked about before, but I'm really doubling down on it because people are really stuck on in the Bible. Well, in the Bible, but in the Bible, well, in the Bible. Well, what if the Bible itself was compromised? All right? You got to remember, the Bible was written by man, okay? And men can be compromised, okay? Because if they get possessed by the devil, they get possessed by demons, that can affect how things turn out. That can affect how their prophecies come out. That can affect their teachings. All right, and this is why Jesus is the way and the only way, is because Jesus is the one that has survived the temptations of the devil, has survived all the attempts on his life up until the point. All right? Jesus is the way, Jesus is the one. But I'm not claiming to be the biblical Jesus, the one in the Bible. I'm Gnostic Jesus, all right? Which is a bit different. That's all. Just look into Gnosticism, that's all. Okay, there's a reason why the church tries to cover it up and tries to do everything in their power to try to dismiss Gnosticism and Christ consciousness. You don't try that hard for something unless you're trying to destroy it. Okay? Because I'm not trying to completely destroy the Bible. I'm just saying, hey, maybe it's not completely on the level. There's still good stuff in it, but maybe, just maybe, it's not completely given exactly what you need to know. All right? Which is why you need to use your discernment. And how do you use discernment if you destroy all the information? I'm not here to try to destroy the Bible. I'm just saying look elsewhere as well. All right? That's all.